Good morning. We're down in the seed warehouse today because we've got a seed truck here with some corn on it, I believe. I always kind of feel bad for the guys that don't have electric pallet jacks. My driveway is pretty uphill to my barn. It's quite a push to get them big heavy boxes to the back of the truck. That box, that one I'm lifting up there, she weighs about 3,000 pounds. There's 45 units of corn in there. It said net weight was 2,700 and the box weighs a little over 300, so maybe 3,100. They're not light. I hope that box doesn't fall out of the back of that truck. Close. Well, I hope that truck driver has a better rest of his day. He was not feeling it pushing them boxes to the back of the truck this morning, but we got four boxes of corn and a pallet of bags, so that's good. Got to be getting most of my corn in at this point, I would think. So, all right, well, today's plan is to wash that tractor. I'm probably going to wait till after lunch before I actually do any washing on it. I'm going to get the floor cleaned up a little bit from yesterday. Just push the heavy stuff out of the way at least. Okay, so I want to pull this tractor ahead like we did the 8430 yesterday to wash it, and I'm having a little bit of trouble here. So Brock changed these fuel filters the other day, right? Well, when you change the fuel filters on these tractors, you got to turn the key on for a minute and let the electric fuel pump prime those filters and pump fuel through them. Well, I've done that on this tractor multiple times, and that clear sight bowl there, the water separator, it's still empty. It's not getting fuel into it, and I don't know why. I can hear the pump run when I turn it on, but nothing's going in there. So I'm gonna have to take those filters off and look. Brock changed them. I'm not saying he did anything wrong other than over tightening them. But I feel like I got to crack them and see if I can figure out why the fuel's not going into them. I don't know what's going on there. Way too tight, but both filters are completely empty. I don't understand. It's like my electric fuel pump's not pumping fuel, but I can hear it pumping. I'm not sure what's going on here. Here we go. I think I'm going to have Dad come and help me turn the key on. I'm going to leave the primary filter off, the first one, and hold a bucket underneath where the filter goes. See if we get any fuel with no back pressure. I doubt it, because there's nothing that would keep it from flowing into the filter. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what happened to Dad, so I rubber strapped a bucket under there. I'll go hit the key. It's running, but I got no fuel. Why don't I have fuel? This is going to be a problem. Well, this may not be the smartest thing I've ever done, but I put my finger on the hole and it's creating quite a vacuum. Maybe that's how it's supposed to work. Oh, no, it shut off. Oh, well, we got a little fuel there. Maybe it creates a vacuum to fill that filter and I gotta have it on there. I don't know. Okay, I think I figured out how this works and what my problem was. So this appears to have a vacuum that is sucking the fuel. So this is where the fuel goes out. It comes in through the first filter, out here, and then through the second filter, same thing. And I think what happened is when Brock over tightened these, it actually, instead of making a better seal, it kind of wrinkled the O-ring in there, the gasket, and caused it to not be able to build vacuum pressure. So we're gonna leave that right there. Plug this sensor back in the bottom. and we'll try it again and see if maybe it fixes our vacuum issue and it primes it now. Let's see if we get some fuel come spilling into the bottom here. Might take it a minute. Or maybe I'm wrong. Oh man, now I kind of feel like an idiot that I didn't think of this and find it sooner, but I found our problem. It's gonna start filling here, I'm pretty sure. I heard it. There it comes. I'm gonna have to start it up again because it timed out, but yeah, just a second, I'll tell you. Watch it now. There comes the fuel. So there's a drain valve on the bottom over here. Brock had it all the way open, not all the way closed. And so when it was trying to create a vacuum to pull fuel into the filter, it was sucking air in through that drain, and that was our issue. Minor issue, first time he's done it, so easy mistake to make, no big deal. I just wish I would have thought about it sooner, and that would have saved me some frustration. But we'll let that fill, and then we should be able to start our tractor up. Got it! All right, we'll let her run, idle it up just a little bit, make sure we get all the air bubbles purged out of all the fuel lines and everything. And then we'll pull her up there so we can clean it. That ought to work. Somehow I doubt my ceramic's going to do any better on the hood on this one as far as making the water bead up, but we'll see how things clean up. And I did put the ceramic on these fenders on this tractor, which I did not do on that tractor last year. So we'll see if there's anything there or if those look better. And then the other thing I did was on this window on the side, I did a strip kind of right down the middle there. Remember the dust was sticking to it when we were planting, and I did the front windshield. I'll be curious to see if it shows any difference there at all or not. I sort of doubt it, and quite honestly, I hope it's gone off the windows because the dust stuck to it so bad last year. I won't do that again. Okay, I cleaned the floor up a little bit, and we've got this ready to wash. I've successfully killed the entire morning doing computer work. I'm still working on my chemical stuff, trying to get all that figured out, and wrapping up some year-end seed business stuff and trying to figure out what else I need for that side of everything. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna wash when I get back from lunch. You guys needed a short video today anyway. The last two have been a little excessive. All right, get your before shots because it ain't gonna look like this for long. Time to clean her up. Should turn the tires. I'll do that before I get all wet so I can get in the cab and not get it all dirty. Time to let the fan run for a while. I got a lot of dirt off. This one was dirtier than the 8430 because yeah, there was a lot of dirt between the duals and on the rims and stuff from the muddy spring and replant and side dress and wet conditions. But I'm gonna let the steam clear here. Probably go around it with the hose a little bit, try and get some of the areas that I couldn't get or didn't get and couldn't see. Some of this stuff you start washing on it and the steam gets going and then you can't see anything. So we'll use the cold water and the hose a little bit, low pressure stuff, but we're getting there. One of the hardest places to get all the dirt out on these tractors is back down in there. So I let the 3-point down. That helps me be able to get in here a little closer, and I'm gonna rinse with the hose. We'll see what I can do. I might put the short wand on the power washer and I can stick that down in there a little bit better and get some of this stuff. But I've also got all these electrical boxes right there, which Not that they can't get wet at all, but you don't want high pressure water on them. You can get water inside of them. So a little bit of overspray from the hose is fine, or standing back and rinsing them down, but can't hit them with power washer. So you gotta be really careful when you're working around here. That fan up there, she dries it out pretty quick in here. I'm impressed. Well, not so bad, right? I am gonna get the, like I said, the short wand on the power washer because I need some heat to get some of this gunk and grime and oil stuff, dirt off. Oh, up here too. Yeah, we need to get down in there, and on the other side up in there was quite a bit, so we'll get some of that stuff cleaned up. Maybe back in there a little bit. Problem with this one is that you're real close to it, which means it splashes back in your face a lot. I got it though. All right, time to foam it. So I mixed up some more of our foam. This is Chemical Guys Tough Mudder foam, the yellow stuff. It's what we used yesterday. It foamed pretty good. Let's get it going. So, do I have to count that? Is water beating up? It kind of is. I guess that ceramic did a little bit. I don't know about this leaf blower drying thing. I guess it's pushing the heavy water off, but it isn't drying it. Ooh, look at that. Right there to right there. You can see my strip from last winter. Definitely still a little residual there. This water here is all beaded up and this stuff is not. Yeah. All right, ceramic, I'll give you a little bit. The hood does look good. It did not fade or oxidize the paint at all. It cleaned up really nice. So it did its job protecting it. It just lost 90% of its hydrophobic properties where it's supposed to keep the water beading up. So maybe my expectations were too high. Maybe there's not a product out there that'll do what I'm thinking that it would, where it'll, you know, stay like wax or ceramic or whatever, where it's going to bead the water up after a year. And I get that this is harsh environment and conditions. It is not a car or a show car or something like that where it's not in the dirt. This thing runs in the dirt. It's tough, but I had high hopes. Oh well, it's better than nothing, and it's still a heck of a lot easier to apply than wax and faster. So that's a big benefit, and it is better than just using turtle wax or the mother's wax that we've been using or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna let my exhaust fan run for a little bit. We're gonna let this dry off. Hopefully the floor dry up a little bit. Then we're gonna back it up because I need my photo op with those two nice, shiny, clean tractors sitting side by side. You know, thumbnail photos so that you guys wanna watch my videos. This is important stuff here. Okay, there it is. They both look pretty good. Tomorrow we'll go through them and let you guys decide who did a better job. Me or Brock? Anyway, I'm going home. Brock should be back tomorrow, I think. We need to polish both of these tractors. I haven't decided yet. I got that spray ceramic stuff that I was going to use, and I might use that. But I got more of this ceramic coating, the good stuff, so the good stuff. So maybe we'll put that on there again, give it another coat this year. I don't know. It did help. I'm not terribly disappointed in it, but it just wasn't as great as I had hoped. So Tractor looks really good though. The paint's got good color, everything. You know, we used that buffer on it last year to bring the color back, and it stayed, so that is a good thing. The other things that we need to do to these tractors yet, still figuring out what we're gonna do with tires. Brock pumped them all up, or made sure they were all the same at whatever it was, not yesterday, the day before when he was here. So we'll check them again to make sure that they're holding air and where they're at, and if we need to address them from that standpoint, we'll do that. We need to check the oil in the hubs on the front tires, which means that the outer dual has to come off, and we got to take the plug out and check those. We need to grease the fan drives yet on both of them, so we can do that tomorrow. And we need to grease them, ILS and the 3-point hitches and all of that stuff. So we won't get done with these tomorrow, I don't think, but we'll get them close to wrapped up, wash some windows maybe, and finish cleaning cabs out and all that good stuff. And by Monday or Tuesday next week, we'll be done with these tractors, get them out of here and on to the next project. We're running out of stuff to do, and it's the second week of January. I don't know. I was looking through the comments on this morning's YouTube video. I got a couple about the, let's call it environmental impacts of the chemicals and stuff that I was talking about in yesterday's video. We're going to have this discussion, but not today. I just don't feel like it today. So, but I will talk about that and kind of positives and negatives to the chemicals that we use and just in general and why. Not today. Time for me to go home. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If I have time, I may bring my truck back in here and do a little more polishing. I'll show you a little bit better how that finished up, although not too close because you can't look too close. So have a good night, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe buttons for me, please. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow morning.